Hello, Wanderers, and welcome back to the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm Zach.
And I'm Mandy. Alright, so we are back with a new session.
I grinded up like I said I would.
Yay!
So now we are good to go.
Yeah, I actually don't remember. I think we may have ended with us flying towards the next world. So guess what? You guys are just going to get to see that again.
Well, that's why I play the Kingdom Hearts games, just for the gummy ship sections.
The best.
Man, this was something that... we say this like every time, but this was something that needed to be dropped way before, like after the first game, and it's been in every one of them.
Yeah, I mean...
It wasn't fun in the first game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten any more fun.
I guess the graphics look a little nicer, but I don't think that is really the issue.
I didn't dislike it because of the graphics. I disliked it because it's boring and not fun.
No, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, at the one hand, it's like... I remember watching and, like, playing through the first Kingdom Hearts and thinking that, like, my eyes were just being assaulted with the different polygons. This is at least a little easier to look at.
I mean, some of it's pretty. Like, look at that ice meteors.
Oh, yeah, no, those are very pretty.
But I don't know.
I feel like if it was maybe half as long, like, okay, let's say they really want to keep the gummy ships, like, make it half as long and more about, I don't know, maybe actually playing the game.
I don't know. It's just
it feels extremely random. I feel like, okay, so we're just now seeing the world we're going to. I want that to stick out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, part of the fun is seeing the actual world.
Yeah. That was something I thought was really cool in the original. Is the... Oh, man, I forgot I have to do these fights.
Oh. See, yeah, that's another thing. I don't think they should have had this.
Well, it's because you don't have the other stuff anymore.
No, that's true. Or, you know what? It would have been more fun if it was world-specific.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dread Shark isn't super world-specific. But I'm trying to think. Oh, I got it. They needed a monster just made out of the doors.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I mean, here's the thing. This game is not great.
Oh, no. I'm just throwing out my ideas for making it better. Not that they'll ever remake this, but it's fun to imagine what could have been. But, like, even this just looks really ugly.
It's just not super fun either. Like, this is not what I'm playing Kingdom Hearts for.
No, I mean, especially in the first one, but even more so now, it just feels like filler.
That's what all this game really feels like, though, you know?
Well, this
cutscene,
one...
Yeah, this one.
This one really
I
just
disagree
feels
with
like
that
so much
video
filler.
we just watched making fun of Kingdom Hearts. Like, the writing was better. Like, I've gone back and played them, and they're, like, goofy. But it's kind of like when you go back and watch, like, one of the really old Disney movies where you're like, this isn't as good as I remember, but it's not bad.
Yeah, they're...
Or not like Disney movies, but like the Disney Channel TV shows, you know, like Aladdin like Little Mermaid. It was like, this isn't as good as I remember, but it wasn't terrible by any stretch.
Yeah, there's like a... it's competent. It's competent, and it may be very simple, but there's nothing wrong with simple. Especially considering, from what I know of this game, it just goes bonkers with some of the explanations and...
Well, because they, like, made it where, like, the first one was pretty concealed, and because, like, you defeat the Heartless in the first one, and you're, like, done. They're like, well, crap, what do we do now? This made money, and we left it open for a sequel. I don't know.
That is like an issue in general with, like... So if you, like, if you watch Pirates of the Caribbean...
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Because that's such a classic one to look at, where the first one really was so contained, so well contained. And it was just like, that first movie was great. And I actually really enjoyed the second and third movie, but it was 100% one of those where you're like, well, they solved the problem, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think they actually did a really good job. And I actually think there's a Pirates of the Caribbean level in this, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about it anyway, briefly. But I think they did a very good job of having a different issue. The third one just started going real bananas.
So I'm going to say my unpopular opinion. I don't think any of the Caribbean movies are that bad. Like, I enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them since the second one, I've seen them all in theaters. Because, like, I was a little young when the first one came out.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the first one in theaters either.
And I'm not positive about the second one, but, like, 3, 4, and 5, I'm almost positive. 3, I'm pretty sure. 4 and 5, I remember seeing them in theaters. But, like, I was not upset with them at any point. Like, there were varying degrees of better and worse.
4 got a little weird for me. I stopped watching. I didn't watch the 5th one because of 4.
The 5th one...
Donald! Goofy!
Hasn't this happened to you before, Sora?
You guys look like monsters!
Haven't they changed before?
They have in the Toy Story world. You know, the world we just... No, he came from Rapunzel.
Whoa!
Yeah.
They've been to Nightmare Before Christmas when, like, Goofy's like a skeleton or something crazy like that.
I feel like they just had to really explain it in this one because they look
just
super
so
weird.
frustrating because it's like never a thing. I understand, like, this one they fit in, but like in Rapunzel, like, talking ducks aren't a thing.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
It's like, we gotta protect the world order. If 3 people came in looking like Sora, Donald, and Goofy, I'd be like, what?
Get so creeped out.
I appreciate the concept, but yeah,
If this was
I agree.
game 1, I would appreciate it. But it's game, like, 9.
This definitely feels like once they decided they were going to do a Monsters Inc. world, they were like, let's just have a lot of fun with how to design them, and I don't really care about the other ones.
I thought the Toy Story one was pretty cool, like how they like made them like Legos or Mega Bloks.
Toy Story was pretty good too.
So basically, it just feels like Doctor Who, where they're like, whenever he like talks about it, he's like, oh, like, we need to like stay in character. We can't like let people know we're time travelers, and then he immediately forgets about it every time. Like, he walks around like ancient Rome in his suit and trench coat.
Yeah, and it's only when it's absolutely necessary for it to be plot related.
Right. When it's like, okay, like, I'm cool with this. But this is like, we gotta pretend like we're blending in as Donald and Goofy. Oh my goodness.
I wonder, I feel like it would make a little bit more sense if they, I don't know, maybe they made it super obvious somewhere that, like, or maybe not even obvious, but if you put, like, I don't know, a picture or a TV show in the background that was like King Mickey or something. So everyone knows that, like, okay, these 3 are,
Also,
you know,
what is Mickey king of?
I don't know. That's, yeah. Wait, he's not CEO. What?
No, this is after the movie.
It's not what it looks like. Okay, listen. That kid over there just...
So Boo hasn't grown up at all? Wow, what is happening?
It's, oh yeah, a code 835.
Are you trying to scare that little girl?
Yes! I mean, no. We're done with scare power. No
Okay,
one's
yeah.
scared.
So after the movie.
Yeah, so it's after the movie.
So is the idea that they put her door back together and she came through?
Yeah. Because they fixed it at the end of the movie.
That's true.
Man, I bawled at the end of this movie, or almost end of this
My
movie.
name is Sora.
I was like also like in like 3rd grade, you know.
Is that your name? Nice to meet you, Boo.
I don't think I've seen this movie in years.
I haven't either. I need to...
The prequel, surprisingly good.
I really liked Monsters University.
It No. What's it called? Something expectations. Subverted. It subverted my expectations very well.
There were parts, I can't remember specifically. I just remember thinking that there were parts that felt a little slow. But overall, I thought it was really fun. And one of the things I love about Pixar, specifically with Toy Story and Monsters, Inc., is like certain things happened that just worked like perfect with us growing up. So like when we were in college, Monsters University came out, and I thought that was great because it's like, oh, we're in college.
No,
Yay.
it's not the Heartless's emblem.
Is it not?
And how come I feel like I might have seen them before?
What is happening?
It's the unversed from the prequel game.
Oh, jeez.
The unversed are just like forms of pure darkness because that's not what Heartless are, apparently.
Wait, they're not?
It's.
Hi, John Goodman, but probably not John Goodman.
I think it.
Yeah, we gotta keep
Which one
Boo
is
safe.
John Goodman?
Sully.
Yeah, it is actually him.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Is it Billy Crystal, too, doing Mike Wazowski?
I don't know about Billy Crystal.
I was going to say, Mike Wazowski sounds even more like his actor than Sully does. Okay, wait. So these things are pure darkness?
Yeah. They're like dark or like darkness concentrate, you know, like orange juice concentrate kind of thing.
So then what's a Heartless?
The
Which is
darkness-
literally dark.
You're asking questions that someone should have thought about a long time ago, Mandy.
Yeah, here's the big part that I don't understand about Kingdom Hearts. The concept is really like there's a very easy concept in there of Heartless. Heartless, take your hearts. They are the bad guys. Why are we expounding on this so much to make so many different bad guys? Like you should just be able to infinitely make Heartless, different degrees of bad.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So any idea who those guys were?
Also, Sully is the employee of the week or month back there.
Isn't it in the end of the movie? Isn't it Mike Wazowski every month?
I think so.
Except for like 1 month is like a CDA agent.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that's in the movie or if that's at Disney World on the Monster
Oh,
Laugh
now
floor.
you're right. Now I'm not sure either.
I think it might be the laugh floor actually. In
I think
Disney
it might be.
World, which is really hilarious. Where it's just like like every month is Mike Wazowski thing just a random CDA
Yeah,
agent.
I think you're right. I think it's Laugh Floor. I don't know what it is in the movie. I'd have to rewatch it. Jeez, okay, now I gotta rewatch Monsters, Inc. That's on my list.
Well, you got to show it to Graham, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's my excuse for rewatching all the Disney movies.
Do you want to know what made me sad about
Hey, I told you what
Monsters University? Is like Randall wasn't a bad guy. They were just like people were just so mean to him that he became one. Like,
Oh, I think that's actually one thing that I kind of wish they hadn't touched. I kind of wanted Randall to not really be a part of it.
yeah.
Because he was a great villain in Monsters Inc. That it's almost like we don't need a backstory for him.
Yeah.
Let's just let him let him appear, or he can be one of those people who's a different mate. Actually, you know what? It would have made more sense with the ending of the movie. He's a scarer who actually graduates.
Well, he is.
Well, yeah, but making that more of a thing.
Right. Well, they should have just made him they should have made him pals with Sully when Sully was a jerk.
Yeah.
And not made Randall a nerd.
Yeah,
Because,
I agree.
I feel now I feel bad about what happens to Rand. I can't delight in him being sent away and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm
We're gonna help you.
he's like this because you two specifically were mean to him.
Yeah.
Or did stuff that got him to other people to be mean to him.
No, I totally agree with that. I think Randall should have I love that idea. Let him be friends with Sully when Sully's a jerk. That way he can keep his jerkiness and it just expounds as they get older. instead of making Sully and Mike the bad guys. I mean, I guess like, everyone's three-dimensional, but
I do understand it where like the point. I don't think that was the point they were trying to make. I think they were just trying to make backstory for everyone.
Yeah.
Which is more of my problem, air quotes.
Yeah, well, because you don't need to do that.
Right. It's not that like I mind because they weren't making the point that good like everyone's nuanced. The point they were making is like everyone has a backstory, you know.
Yeah.
Which is whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst thing they've ever done, but like I said, definitely agree.
Man, I really like Pixar, don't get me wrong, but lately it just feels like everything's just like phoning it in, you know, or like unnecessary rather, not phoning it in.
So I actually watched. Okay, I was watching someone go really in depth with some of the Pixar movies because I never saw The Good Dinosaur.
It was all right.
And yeah, from what I've heard, like for what Pixar is, that's being okay isn't good, you know? And especially because it was one of their original stories. And usually their original stories, everyone is all over. And it was really fascinating listening to this person talk about it. Because, let's see. There's also, you know, that whole history with, like, Pixar and Disney where, like, when they wanted to buy Pixar and all that stuff and, like, the deals that they came to were, like, you have to make a certain amount of sequels. And I really do feel like a lot of the sequels are either A, parent company saying you need to make sequels in order to meet certain quotas, or B, or two, I don't remember which one I was saying.
If you will.
Yeah. Or it's when they absolutely can't make a story work and they've been trying to work on a certain thing and figure it out, then it's like, okay, well, look, we can go back to this universe whenever and figure it out. It'll be fine. Because that's how I feel with a lot of the sequels is they're just struggling with their original stories. Because like Good Dinosaur, the guy was saying it went through so many rewrites, and it actually got delayed for a while. And I think there's another movie that recently got canceled altogether from Pixar. So there's just like a bunch of stuff that they're just like,
yeah.
There haven't been a lot of original movie ideas coming out from them recently.
Well, what was the last? I think Good Dinosaur the last new thing they've done?
I don't remember. Let me see if I can figure that out. I think so, but I am not positive. Pixar movies.
It's been
Go ahead.
It's been a while since I've like seen a Pixar movie, like especially in theaters.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's scroll all the way down.
I will argue though that this is a problem they tend to have every so often. Like look at Bug's Life.
I actually really liked Bug's Life.
I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, that was one of my favorites because I actually really love the villain in that one. Hopper. Yeah, Hopper is great.
Well, here's the thing. My sister's afraid of bugs.
That doesn't help.
Because I am me and my other sister are terrible people. And when we were young, whenever a bug would be around, we'd just scream when the youngest sister was like an infant. So she has a irrational fear of bugs because of me and my other sister just screaming whenever a bug would come near. Yeah, we're kind of terrible.
Okay, so looking at it, this is actually really fascinating. So out of the first 10 movies that they did, one of those was a sequel.
Toy Story 2.
Which was Toy Story 2.
Which was kind of forced by Disney, I think.
I want to say yes.
If I remember correctly, Disney said, you're doing this.
Yeah. And then up to their 20th movie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So 7 of the movies total are sequels or prequels. now. And most of those came out after
Only 7.
2009. So this latter decade of Pixar has been mostly sequels.
Well, and none of the sequels have been phenomenal.
Yeah, well, okay, I will disagree with that for Toy Story 3.
You're right. Yeah, Toy Story 3 was really good, but that since Toy Story 2 came out so much earlier, it didn't feel as much like a sequel. Like,
Yeah.
But even Incredibles 2, which I really enjoyed, I don't think it was phenomenal.
I don't think it was better than the first one, which
No.
is kind of someone had a really good list of like prequel or sequel, what makes it good.
Oh,
and
Coco,
it's like,
that's the most recent
yes, Coco is the most
one.
recent.
Sorry,
So-
I just looked down at your phone.
no, that's okay. That was going to be my next thing. So
Sorry,
Coco is.
Continue with your other point. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I will in a second. So Coco is the latest original one, and that was in 2017. The next original ones we're getting are 2020. So that's kind of sad. But no, but it's like a good sequel will build on the world that will build on the world of the original. I actually think it is quote unquote better than the original. And there was a third criteria point that I forget, but there's only so many sequels that actually like hit those points.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, and like a lot of Pixar stuff just isn't written for sequel material.
Yes.
And to me, like, I am willing to be argued out at this point, but I feel like the most boring part of the story is the origin part.
No, I agree with that, especially after superhero movies.
Well, yeah, because I was talking with a friend of ours who's really into superhero movies, and he was saying like something like, "Oh, like you can do all this like stuff," and I'm like, the most boring part of a superhero story is their origin.
Yes, and that being said, there are some origins that can still be done really well.
Right.
So like so just thinking to the superhero, like the recent ones with Marvel. I thought Iron Man's origin, but it took up the whole movie. They didn't try to shoehorn anything else into the movie, and I thought it was really good. But like how they did Spider-Man was also crazy smart.
I see. That's the thing. Like, I think Spider-Man's movie was better because they didn't do an origin story.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, Spider-Man Homecoming is one of my favorites versus, like, like, I liked Doctor Strange. I thought it was fun, but
Yeah.
I'm more interested to see his next movie than I was in the original. Like,
Yeah. Especially because there's been 2 previous Spider-Man
oh my God.
movies, and we as a society know the Spider-Man origin story.
Right. Well, for people like Doctor Strange, I understand it being more necessary. He's not, or like even Black Panther, like he's not as in the
Or Iron Man. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of them that aren't very, like we don't know a whole lot about, we don't know a whole lot about them. They're not the
They're-
A-listers.
Iron Man was for comics, but he wasn't the same tier as Batman.
Yeah.
Where just everyone knows him. Oh my goodness, I can't believe the newest Justice League movie was just like, we're going to talk about Batman's origins again.
Wait, the Justice League or like?
Oh, Batman vs Superman. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
They like go over like Batman's origins.
Yeah, you don't need it at this point.
If you spend more than 10 seconds referencing it with a line, that's too much.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Batman is, you shouldn't be going to Batman versus Superman. I'm sorry.
Well, especially at this point in
Right.
our movie creating world, like the movies that we have, you should know very basic what the backstory is.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why for what I think Disney officially owns Fantastic Four now.
If we get another origin story from them, I'm going to be bored.
Yeah, no, we're done. Disney, just don't do an origin story for them. You can maybe do like a flashback montage that takes maximum 20 seconds. That's all you need. We know this. We're aware of Fantastic Four's background. The only way that series is going to have a good movie is if you skip the origin.
Well, like, and to put not too fine a point on this, but like a good example of like origin stories being boring, Fantastic Beast.
Oh, okay.
The second one.
Second one.
Like because like the first one isn't it's not an origin story.
Is it not? Would you not consider it an origin?
I mean, it's the founding of a team, which I consider different.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not like this is Newt Scamander going to school.
That's true.
Which honestly is what happened in the second movie, along with this is Dumbledore when he was younger. This is Grindelwald. You know, like it's just not interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like just harsh on Harry Potter.
No. You're totally fine. I was just in my head. I was trying to think of what made the second one more of an origin than the first one.
All the Dumbledore stuff is what my original point was.
Gotcha.
But there's also a decent amount with like that. I don't know if it goes anywhere with. I don't think it goes anywhere with like Newt and the Lestrange.
Oh, you know what it is? It's like when the flashbacks become the most important part of the movie.
Yeah, it was also like an origin story for Credence.
Yeah. It's because you've got an origin story for like 5 people in that movie.
Right. And also, like, I still stand by my point. I think origin stories are the most boring part of people's stories.
Yeah.
And, like...
You just need to reference them.
Right. Like, there is value in origin stories. But, like, so there's this book that me, Vinny, or everyone else in our friend group has read. It's high fantasy, and that's not your thing.
No, that's...
But, like, we all... It's the Stormlight Archives. And,
yeah.
None of us think the best book or the first book is the best book. We think the first book's good, but where the characters go after that is more interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that attack just what happens at the end of this fight, or is that an attack you can do multiple times?
I can do it multiple times. It's always that long.
Weird. Too. Okay.
Yeah.
The door's open.
Ooh.
So many cutscenes.
Right.
Like, we don't need a cutscene here.
No, y'all... Wait.
Whose door?
That did not make that much of a difference.
Ready? It's time to hitch another ride.
Thanks, Mike.
It's just sad.
Yeah. I like how they all run equidistant away from you.
I'm a pretty scary monster.
Right.
All right. Time to call this one quits?
I think so. We've gone a little bit long, but that's okay.
All right. Until next time, everyone, keep wandering.
Bye!
Hello, Wanderers, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Kingdom Hearts 3. We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, check out the link in the description below. We have several actual play podcasts, including D&D 5th Edition and City of Mist. Until next time, keep wandering.